Hey smart people, Toby Salami here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can combine the power of AI with the dynamic capabilities of WordPress, merging it through something called Sense AI, an offering by Builderius to help you get to where you want to go in less than a quarter of the time. And if you don't believe me, I'm about to show you that in this one video. Now, admittedly, this kind of video is not one I create often. This is a kind of teaser video. It's a video that introduces you to a bunch of other such videos that I'm going to create in the future. So if you're interested in this sort of videos, let me know in the comment section below. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build a simple listing on this page, but it's going to be super dynamic. And where will the dynamic capabilities come from? You're going to see in a bit. First of all, this project is just a hobby project. It's created for the sake of this tutorial. And you can imagine that it just took me a few minutes to spin this page up. It looks nothing like an AI designed page. Even more important is the fact that every single one of the aspects of this page are editable by you. You can do exactly what you want wherever you want it. Isn't that amazing? Now, I want to be able to create a listing of campaigns that people have created on this website. So what I'm about to do will shock you. Let's do that in a few minutes. Come back inside of the edit page here for Builderius. Let's just come out of that view mode. And down here, I have Sense AI, which absolutely makes sense, ready to go. Now, all I have to do is to tell it that I need to create a listing here of the campaigns. So let's do that. And by the way, before we go ahead, just keep in mind that Builderius was kind enough to sponsor this video. And if you want to take a look at their offerings, you should go ahead to their website at builderius.io. And inside of here, you should absolutely get the pro plan, which will come with it, Sense AI. Keep in mind that what you're seeing right here is absolutely not what you're going to be seeing when this video is published. You'll probably be seeing about 7 days or even less than that. So the window is literally closing out to purchase a lifetime license of Builderius as we speak. Without further ado, let's go back to why you're watching this video. All we have to do is give Sense AI the command to build us a listing here of the campaigns. So I'm going to say that on the home page, based on the docs, I'm saying based on the docs because I've done quite a lot of things before now to help to indicate to the AI how I want my site to be built. So I'm going to say based on the docs, I need to create the listing in the trending storms section of the homepage. Do I need to say that? Not really. So I just say the trending storms section. That's okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is to mention to it that while it's building this, I don't just want it to have the neatly done structure of the HTML, which you can see here. I need it to make it also dynamic, which means that it needs to go to the backend, create a CPT, maybe install ACF, so we can have a way to show this in the front end, all while fetching it via dynamic data. It sounds complicated, but it absolutely isn't. So I'm going to say that create a listing using ACF, okay? And then I need to have that dynamically brought in to this template. I could also say that you need to add sample items to the listing in order for it to show up here, because I currently have no data of such. Something like that, it's okay. But I could also tell it that it should ensure that the images it brings in are uploaded accordingly. Ensure that the images you bring in are uploaded to the website accordingly. Okay, accordingly. Great. Let's see what it does. Click on enter and let's just watch it. Lollygag. I don't know what that is, but anyways, it says, let me start by understanding the current state. I actually have already set these things up so that we don't have to go through the setup process from the beginning. If you want to know how I set things up from scratch, all you have to do is let me know in the comment section below. And if this absolutely blows your mind, please be sure to share this video with those whom you are absolutely sure would enjoy it. I need to expand this just a little bit so that you get to see what's going on here. Now, while this is going on, maybe I could spend some time to talk to you about the reason why I am not a kind of person to say, well, AI is creating slop. You should not use AI for your designs. Anyone who says that is only trying to gatekeep at this point. The point of building this is to be able to explain to you the fact that you really can create a website that is not slop with AI. As long as you have your design direction, your structural direction, and all the other things that you normally would do when you're trying to plan the build of such a website, then you're only going to get faster. You're only going to slice the time in almost a quarter of the time, if not less than that. As you can see here, it says that ACF isn't installed. Let me install it and set everything up. That is nice. And you see here that it installed ACF, and after installing it, it says that it wants to register the ACF fields and create the sample designs. But it went ahead to then use PHP. So I'm going to tell it that, hey, don't use PHP, do it inside of ACF. Maybe I could suggest to it, and this is where the expertise of the person using the AI comes to play. I could say, maybe do it using the WP CLI. And now it's going to say, oh yeah, really, yes, that was possible. I didn't need to do this in PHP. Will it work if you do it in PHP? Absolutely, yes, it's going to work. But does it give you the same granular controls as you would have when, you do it using ACF? Not really, because you just cannot go in the back end and edit that ACF field and go like, yeah, come to ACF, come to post types, and then edit the field groups attached to a particular post type or taxonomies or the options pages or whatever. You really would not be able to do all of this if you do not do it inside something like ACF or maybe Jet Engine or something else that can help you to edit this later on. So I needed to be able to do that. So it says, okay, understood. I'll remove the PHP-based ACF registration and create the fields through ACF via WP CLI instead. So let's see if it's able to do this via WP CLI. It says, yeah, there's a field group created. That's nice. Let's go see if that actually happened. I want to see. Let's refresh. Oh, that's crazy. Click on campaign details. Let's see what's here. Okay, now we created a number of fields for goal amount for the campaign, the amount of money raised in dollars, the organizer's name, the badge text for the badges for each of the campaigns. I like this. I like where this is going. Although some things may have been done a bit differently if I was doing everything manually, but again, all of this can be specified in the docs. We don't want the post types to be created in a way that will make it difficult to edit that in the back end later on. So we need it done inside of something like ACF again, or Jet Engine, or any other such, meta box that can help us do these things. So let's refresh, see if it's done that. No, let's come to the front end, see what it's doing. Okay, it says it's pulling in some images in order to create certain campaigns, and it has the dynamic data here. Let's see. If you come inside of template, it has already created the dynamic data query to fetch those campaigns. As you can see here, it very, very sweetly created the campaigns. I needed to actually connect this with the campaigns that it creates with ACF, and it's going to do that. It's going to do that for sure. For now, let's see if this actual dynamic data query that's created here actually fetches anything. Let's click on get data. Let's see what it fetches. As you can see here, it fetches the stuff with the post title, the excerpt. Let's come back to Sense AI here. Let's come back up. CPT is registered and working via ACF. I like that, makes sense. We also have let's see if it has the taxonomy working via ACF. Let's come here to ACF, check taxonomies. Let's edit. You see it's connected to the post type of campaign. It's doing these things correctly. I love where it's going with this. Let's come back to the front end. Our main aim here is to get the front end design done. We want everything it does in the front end here to be connected exactly the way we want it to in the back end, while it absolutely maintains a stunning design. So let's see if it gets that working. It says the data looks good, the images are working, the term issues show all categories for each post. Let me fix the assignments, then build the template. Okay. I want to also mention to it that maybe the field group is not connected to, let's see if that field group is connected to the post type of campaign. It's currently connected to the post type of posts. So I'm going to mention that to it. I'm going to say, hey, the field group is connected to the wrong post type. Connect it to the post type of campaigns created with ACF. Okay, I'm just going to tell it this because I'm sure it created this field group before it created the campaign. And this is, of course, something you could also tell it inside of the documentation file to tell it, hey, you know what? Because of the fact that field groups should be connected to something like post types, go ahead, create the post types first before you create the field groups. These are instructions that you can really get it to understand. And I didn't actually take the time to write out all of these instructions exactly the way I would if I'm building a real life project, because as I said, I spent a few minutes doing this in order to make this video for you. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you're enjoying it so far, be sure to hit that like button below. Let me know in the comment section below if you absolutely love what you're seeing so far, and I'll absolutely tell you if I absolutely love your comment. Let's see what it's doing. Let me write this as a PHP file to avoid escaping issues. No, again, I should tell it to commit it to memory to never use PHP for field groups or post types. Commit it to memory to never use PHP for field groups or post types, or anything that you could have done with ACF. Something like that is fine. And what I've done right now is to ensure that it never forgets this again. And even though it has done this with PHP, it's going to undo that and it's going to save that preference to memory. I absolutely like that. It says it recalled the memory. Good, that's good. It says that it saved it to the memory. Now it wants to build the dynamic card templates in templates, and it'll add the collection, the templates, and all the card elements. Let's see if it's absolutely doing that. I'm going to, instead of dragging things up and down, I'm going to click on this. Ooh, things are looking absolutely beautiful already. This is good. Ooh, that's nice. It has ending soon here, showing on certain post types that actually will be ending soon, and it's building things out the way we want it to. I could just watch it here as it's building stuff for me, or I could come back and watch it do it right here. Either way, I'm happy with where things are going. This is absolutely beautiful. This is marvelous. And the design is absolutely spectacular. As you can see, it follows the design right here. And all of that, the reason for that is because of the fact that I have these things set up as docs that guides how it works. And you can see that the data that it's returning here is actually dynamic data that is created and added into this post loop. I don't know what to tell you, but this blows my mind. If it doesn't blow your mind, I'm not sure you've been paying attention to what is going on so far, because as you can see here, it's actually mapping these things to the fields that it should be mapped to. And it has one little CSS animation being done here. All of this are super editable in the front end. But let me come back. Let me see what it's doing here. It says now I need to add the entity CSS for the card image since the references uses an actual image tag instead of a placeholder div. Let's also add a separator dot between the category and author in the meta. Let's see if it's doing that. Not yet, but it should be working on that anytime soon. Okay, it says there is a large response here, but it goes ahead anyways. That's the good thing about Sense AI. It's built to push ahead. And because of the kind of models that you have the ability to use along with Sense AI, it's even better. Let's see if now things are looking good. Okay, yeah, yes, things are looking good. We have these dots right here, and it just looks good. It just looks great. You can see these micro interactions here. Everything looks absolutely spectacular. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's see if things are actually being done the dynamic data way. If you're used to my channel, you know I love dynamic data. You know dynamic data is how I live and breathe. So let's click on one of them as an example to see. As you can see here, it's fetching this from the post title. It's actually not using default or the plain text method here. It's fetching these things from the database using the dynamic tags. Let's see about the one in the middle, the card except. Let's see about that. Yes, it's absolutely doing that. And as you can see, this is not just creating a bunch of cards and then fetching the first post and the second post and the third post. It's actually creating a loop. Do you see that? It's creating a loop. And inside of that loop, you can see a template, the card template, inside of which we now have each of the card items using an article tag, a HTML semantic article tag. This just blows my mind again. Again, guys, if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, this again is a teaser video. I know that sometime in the future you're going to need a full build, a slow step by step, how did you do this, Toby, build. And if you want to see that, then you absolutely should subscribe to this YouTube channel. With an incognito window, I want to show you what you see here. You see that it shows you this, but if you scroll down, you don't see it right here until you come to the back end and you click on this and click on publish to live. And now everybody who uses your website will be able to see what you've done so far. Let's refresh. Great. Absolutely marvelous. Every single one of this dynamic and ready to go. Okay, smart people, I know this has been a speedy build, but I loved it. I don't know if you did, but I absolutely did love it. And the actual limit to what you can do with Builderius Sense AI is literally your imagination. No jokes, literally your imagination. Again, all you have to do is just go to the Builderius website, grab your license before the window clears out. It's an absolutely ridiculously cheap lifetime plan, which you can get right now. Once this window closes out, you'll have to wait for some time before you ever get your hands on this. People are building absolutely beautiful stuff with this. Don't get left behind. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comment section below. My name is Toby Salami as always, and until next time, smart people, stay dynamic.